everyone, this is Joseph with JN Unique Designs. Thank you so much for being with me today. Today is a fun project using alcohol and water, and I am looking forward to having some fun with you. So let's go ahead and turn the camera around and let's get started. Everyone, so what we need to do is we need to put some water into a tin aluminum foil, and if you look in here, there's about 3/4 inch of water in there. What I'm going to use is I'm going to use different types of alcohol ink that I have from Picasso, which is a different one that I've never used before. And we're going to play with a couple of different things. We're going to play with the Picasso alcohol inks. We're going to play with some Copics, and we're going to play with some Distress there. And we'll see what happens when they all come together, and we'll just add them all together and we'll see what happens, because it's quite interesting. Sorry, I'm away from the camera just for a second here because I'm trying to get some colors put together for you. I know that what this does is it creates a marbling effect, and this video will be taken video over a process of 2 days or so. So bear with me here. So what you want to do is you want to put a little bit of alcohol in there, and that's Rose Nip from Picasso. And then I'll take Poppy Red and just put a little bit in there, as you can see me putting in there. Let's do some Fuchsia, and then I'm gonna take let's do Emerald Green. And then one more color. Let's try this white. Let's try and see what happened with this low density white. I haven't used this yet, so this will be new for me. That's why I'm gonna go ahead and cut off the top here and try this and see what happens. I'll put a little bit of density white in there. That looks kind of cool. And I'm gonna take a toothpick that I have in here, or you can use anything you want just to mix it up a little bit. And literally all I'm doing is just going around in circles and S's like this, just to see what happens. I don't know if I like that white, because look at what it's doing. That white's picking up and it's cloggy. It's very clunky. I've never done that before. So let's ignore that. And then I'm gonna take some Elizabeth Craft Design Soft Finish White cardstock here. This is just a 90 pound. And I'm just gonna dip it right into the water. And then I'll pull it out. And there you go. You see the marbling that's on there? These are the different marblings. You see that? And it goes both front and back. See? And then what I'll do is I'll just set this aside to dry. I wonder, I'm gonna take that white out of there. This white is just really, really raw. It doesn't look right. So I'm gonna take that out of there. Don't need that in there. And then I'm going to add some more colors in between each one. You want to do is you want to add more color to it, just to make the marbling a little bit more dense. So adding just a variety of different things here. And then I'll take that same toothpick that I've been using and kind of rubbing it around like that. I'll take another piece of the soft finish cardstock, put it right in the water, and then pull it out. And then just wait until the water drains. And now you have a marbling effect, as you can see there. Look how cool that is. And then what you can do is you can use this, look at that. Look how that turns out. And what you can do is you can use these for die cutting. You can use these as planner pages. You can use these as anything you want. So that looks so cool. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to take some of these alloys. I'm going to take the alcohol gilded alloy in silver, and I'm going to put some in that water, and let's see what happens. But while I'm shaking that, I'm going to go ahead and refresh my alcohol pool here. Refresh my alcohol pool because I want it nice and fresh. So I want it nice and fresh and bold colors. So let's do this. I'm gonna add some of the gilded alloy. This is also alcohol. So, and then add that copper. Looks interesting. Looks like something's about to happen, but let's see what happens. So I'm gonna dip it right in the middle here. Soak it in. Get that water on all the pieces of the corner. And pick that up. Let the water drain. Ooh, look at that. You have marbling with gilded alloy. Look how cool that looks. Oh, look at that. So, look at that. Look at that. Look at that. That looks cool. That looks cool. Marbling with gilded alloy. I like that. And again, I'm gonna set this aside for it to dry. And so let's refresh this with some Copics. Ooh, Copics are very dense, as you can see. Only a couple of drops and it'll do what it needs to do. Much more dense than the Picasso ink. So, which is good. So, use my little toothpick here to mix up the colors a little bit. And then dip it in. Oh, okay. So I think the alloy messed up the ink a little bit. That's what happened. But look at that. Look at that. All right, so what have we learned from this? We have learned that the gilded alloy clunks up and mixes with the ink, mixes with alcohol, and it leaves these spots everywhere. See? So, alrighty, so that concludes that. But so what we're gonna do is I will resume back here shortly, and I'll show you the results. Alrighty, everyone. So it's been about 4 hours now, and the paper is actually finally dry. So what I've done is, as you can see, look at the marbling on this. The marbling is just phenomenal. Look at the colors that come out. It's not as dark, but it comes out very neat. And here's the one with the gilding flakes. I don't know if you can see that, the gilding flakes there, as I shine the colors there. The back, it looks really cool how it pops through. Some of the other marbling that comes up is this, as you can see, some lighter, some darker because of the color. I just love the way this turned out, as you can see. And then, of course, look at that. So depending on how much alcohol you have in the water at the time, this is what you can achieve. You know, it just all depends on what you are capable of doing with that alcohol in that water. So what I did was, now that these papers all dry, and I've set them aside here, I started die cutting some flowers, and I've already assembled some honey cut dies here for the beautiful mums, and I created a tag here that I had in my stash already, a die set that I already had in my stash. I went ahead and started putting things together. So on this day, today especially, is National Make a Card Day, or World Make a Card Day. Let's complete this card. So if you haven't seen this video yet, I'm going to link something at the top of my page here so that you can tune in and see what I did with this and how I was able to layer this, or check out my other videos on my channel. I do have other videos that will show you how I made this. But look at the marbling paper. Look how cool that is. And the marbling paper, once I die cut it with the just regular die cuts from Honeybee Stamps, and using that marbling paper, look what I was able to create and generate. That is just phenomenal. It looks awesome. So continuing with my project here, let's go ahead and get some yellow distress oxide. This is fossilized amber, and I'm just gonna brush around the edge of this tag just a little bit, give it a little bit of a color rather than having a white tag. And I love this glass mat, as I have mentioned before. There's that. Looks good. There. I'm going to go ahead and take some glue. And I'll clean this glass mat later, just with a baby wipe, and it's just perfect. It'll just all wipe away. So we're a little dirty now. So let's place this right above here and let that stay there for a second. You know, before I do that, I forgot one step. I wanted to heat emboss a sentiment on the bottom of this. So let me grab that stamp. And this is again from Whimsy Stamps. Let's just say, hello, my friend. Looks like a good stamp. And I'm going to place that down. I'm going to get a clear stamping block here. I'm going to get my brush, my embossing brush here. This is from the Rabbit Hole. I'm going to go ahead and just brush this powder all over where I want this, that there. I get my Versamark. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to place this right in the center. That looks good. Looks like it's well covered. I'm going to take my white embossing powder here. Put that on there. Tap off the excess. That looks good. And I'm going to use a heat tool, but I'm going the heat it tool, and I'm just going back and forth on the front and the back, just so that the warping doesn't happen. Keeps the warping from warping the paper too much. That's all I need there. Go ahead and take my glue. I'm gonna see how I want to put the leaves first. I wonder if I want the leaves off to the side like this. And then this right on top. Yeah, I kind of like that. So let's do that. We'll do this. Kind of like the flower there, kind of like that. And then I'm gonna go ahead and take some gems that I have in my stash here. I think some blue and gold gems would look nice. Blue, gold, and white gems. Take some of that. I'm gonna put 2 gems up here and 1 right there. So I'm gonna take my tweezers, and all I do is I'm just gonna place the gem right on top. I think blue and white would go well together. That. And then I'll take this, the last and final gem, and place it down here. There we go. So it looks good. I'm very happy with the way that card turned out. Very simple, very easy, but take a look at that marbling technique that using your alcohols, just different types of alcohol, and creating backgrounds, creating things for your planners and your journals. And I like to create these flowers. So there you go. I'm gonna hold that up and just kind of play around with it just there for a little bit so you can see what I'm talking about. Alrighty. Have a great day, everyone. Thank you so much for subscribing and liking my channel, and I hope to see you in the next video. Bye-bye.